Okay, and now we have Rose Olson here, first grade teacher at Twin Lake Elementary in Reese Puffer, to share with us implementation thoughts around this first grade writing unit. In this unit, students will work on writing readable small moment stories. Small moment stories are when a writer takes a true story from his or her life and instead of telling the whole story, just tells a small part of the story and stretches it across pages. The expectation is that first graders will write approximately 3 to 4 booklets a week, and that these booklets will be 3 to 5 pages or more in length. These booklets should be made with paper that has a small box for an illustration at the top and plenty of lines for writing sentences at the bottom. Samples of this paper can be found in the resource packet for each unit. Remember, paper conveys our expectations. Writing partners will be introduced in this unit. Students will be taught to rehearse and share like storytellers. Students will learn how to provide compliments and suggestions in a kind way. Partners will be taught how to notice and celebrate detailed topics, actions and pictures, dialogue, and other qualities of good writing. Students will also be taught to reread their pieces to see if they are readable and make adjustments if needed. Partners will review each other's pieces and suggest ways to make them more readable. Before you begin each unit, you will want to take the time to read through the resources and materials section and packet as well as the routines and rituals section. And note the items that you will be creating, such as anchor charts, student writing folders, and the writing booklets. You will also want to make note of the mentor texts suggested for the unit and be sure to have copies available to you when you are approaching the lessons. It is also important to note that you will be keeping student work so that they can apply newly learned strategies to existing work. This work can be kept in the students' folders and in a separate file if needed. In the professional resources section, you will see resources listed from Lucy Calkins and her colleagues at the Teachers College. The original units are a nice resource to keep handy, but you will also want to look at her newly released Common Core aligned materials if possible for the latest updates on checklists and rubrics. It will be up to you and your district to decide what you will use for your main source of assessment materials. Each unit begins with an on-demand writing assessment, which will give you a baseline from which to base your instruction for the rest of the unit. The next part of the unit is called an immersion phase. This phase will help students develop a solid understanding of the unit. You will notice that some of these pages are blank. It is up to you to decide how many sessions you will need in this phase based on your on-demand samples. When you get to the first session, you will notice that it is written in a very teacher-friendly format. Be sure to read each section of the lesson, especially the tips section, which you will probably want to read at least the day before you teach the lesson. When teaching each session, be sure to include all the parts of the mini lesson as each one plays a critical role, even the share that ends each lesson. You and your district colleagues will want to decide whether or not you will want to conduct another on-demand assessment to end each unit, or wait until the end of the genre-specific section.